Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and welcome to the Grays Harbor Raceway here in Elma, Washington, as we get ready to kick off a brand new racing season for the American Sprint Car Series Northwest Region Series. Always exciting when you start a new season, and lots of tension, apprehension, call it what you want here, as we get ready for this, the first of back-to-back nights of racing here this Memorial Day long weekend. Busiest motorsports weekend of the year across the country, with all the happenings in Charlotte, North Carolina, Indianapolis, Indiana, and of course the Ascs National Series at Jetmore, Kansas this weekend. We are feeling a big part of it here this weekend. Just came from the pit area, and 38 cars set to get it on here this weekend. Should be quite a weekend to kick off a brand new season. As I said, always exciting when you start a brand new season. Always exciting as well when you start a brand new show. And this is somewhat unprecedented here in the Northwest, but really nationwide. It's the start of our pre-race show called The Passing Point. And we're going to do this before all 19 of our events this year at 9 different tracks in Washington, Oregon, and Montana. And we're going to have mostly drivers on hand, but we'll maybe get a crew chief or a sponsor, a promoter, or a local announcer to join us at various times as well. It's going to be, well, a combination of serious stuff. I'd say 75% serious questions and answers, and we're going to have a little fun with the other 25%. But I'm Fred Rannard Jr., announcer for the series. So glad you could join us. And as we said, start of year number 3 for the ASCS here in the Northwest, and if you combine that with 11 years of the Northern Sprint Tour and 1 year of NSCS, that means some of us have been doing this, if you can believe it, for now 15 years. But it is a whole lot of fun, and without further ado, we're going to introduce our first 2 guests right now. When I say we are going to introduce, I guess I'm the only one really hosting this thing, so I will introduce our first 2 guests. Well, they are 2 guys that are going to join us all season long on the series. One of a couple of a great crop of drivers. Looks like we're going to have about 15 full-time on the series this year. And they are, without question, the 2 hottest drivers here at Grays Harbor Raceway so far this year. Seth Bergman, who's won 3 of the 4 races and leads the points, and Henry Van Dam, who has won the night that Seth didn't win and is currently second in the points. So, guys, thanks for joining us. This historic first show. Glad you could be a part of it.
Happy to be here.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, talk about the season so far. First of all, Seth, 3 wins in 4 nights, and then, as I said, the night you didn't win, you ran second. Can't ask for much more.
Yeah, it's been good so far. We worked hard in the offseason to change a few things that we had going on last year, and just hope to come out and do what we've done so far. But in the scheme of things, I want to win a lot more races this year, and so we'll just keep our heads down and keep working every weekend and try to get better and improve. But yeah, so far it's been really good for us.
Now, you had a Northern Sprint Tour victory. You've had an ASCS win here on opening weekend a couple of years ago, and a couple of wins, I want to say locally, prior to that. You've won 3 times already this year. Does that equal your total win?
Yeah, 2 years ago, most races I've ever won in a year was 3, and that took the span of the whole year. So to get the 3 wins right off the bat here, I'm just excited for the rest of the season to see what it has to offer.
And Henry, as we said, a great start to the year for you as well with the win, and currently second in points behind Seth.
Yeah, we've done all right. Seth's had a pretty good pace, so we've had to do a little catching up. But we just keep working on it. I got a great crew and a great bunch of people behind me to get us through what we need to do. So just keep working at it, and excited to get the ASCS Northwest started and see what we have for that.
Yeah, as we were saying, guys, we just came from the pit area, and in these tough economic times, and I mean it's happening across North America, and not just in sprint car racing, tracks and series are struggling for race cars. We got 38 cars here. We might even have 40 by the time we get back down to the pit area. This is pretty awesome, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, just and not only a lot of cars, but a lot of quality cars. A lot of great drivers and quality equipment. So yeah, I would say it's pretty huge to have that amount of cars and to be at a great place like Grays Harbor. I mean, you can't ask for a better place to race at.
Yeah, in fact, out of the 7 champions that we've had here in the Northwest, combining Northern Sprint Tour, NSCS, and ASCS, there have been 7 different champions. We've got 5 of them racing with us. When you think of Roger Crockett, Jason Solwold, Billy Nutter, Ricky Favre, and Jamie Barnes. All we got to do is get Shauna Wilski and Danny Horner out of retirement. But I mean, that, Henry, you just said that we not only have the quantity, but Seth, we got quality as well. You guys got your work cut out for you, huh?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, anytime you show up here and you have names like those guys that show up to race, you know, you got to bring your A game. It's just as tough here as I think a lot of places throughout the country with a group of guys we just named off there. So it's definitely going to be tough.
Any specific expectations for you this year, Seth? I know last year you got so much experience out there on the road, the ASCS National Series, and selected other events. Any goals specifically in mind this year for the series?
Just really go out and win races. I think it's everybody's goal, but just to try to be consistent, put yourself in position to win every time we hit the racetrack. So just be up front, be there when the opportunities come, and hopefully capitalize on them.
And then the points take care of themselves, as they say.
Yeah, exactly.
Huh?
They speak for themselves.
Seth, briefly talk about last year, your travels, and how much that has helped you to the great start you got off to this year.
I mean, it's definitely learned a lot out there. I mean, you can tell, I think our pace right now is a little bit different from when we left, but when you run with those guys and they do it for a living, and they just kind of bring it to another level because I think they have to. But running night in, night out with them, you're able to learn a lot, and I took a lot away from it, so happy about that.
And Henry, how about yourself? Anything specific you're shooting for in terms of final spot in the standings at the end of the year, number of wins, etc.?
I think top 3 is definitely a realistic goal for us. Obviously, winning it would be awesome. But like we talked about, the field of cars we got, you got to have not only fast race cars, but you got to have a little luck on your side too. So just work hard, make sure we're prepared for everything that comes our way, and make the best of it. So just keep working hard. With Seth coming back and the experience that he got, I mean, that brings a lot back to us here in the Northwest, and we all have to elevate our game now too, because the more quality of cars and the better drivers we have here, it steps up everything. So, and then, with that, hopefully when the national boys do come back, we have something for them.
Chatting with Seth Bergman on my far left, Henry Van Dam to my immediate left on the first ever edition of The Passing Point as we start the 2010 racing season for the American Sprint Car Series Northwest Region Series. So glad you could join us here in the afternoon here at Grays Harbor. Boy, the weather changing by the minute here, guys. Cloudy, cool showers early in the day. Actually getting a few breaks of sunshine right now, and looks like we should be good to go tonight. And tomorrow's supposed to be the best day for weather out of the next week or so. So it looks like we caught a break there. What do you think? Track conditions here tonight. You guys have raced here all year so far. What should we be looking for here tonight?
I think you see similar to what we've seen here the last few weeks, except for that one week it was dry for us. But I think you're going to see fast lap times and probably get a little bit rough. So the track should be fast and rough for us. So hopefully see some good racing. Hopefully it'll widen out and be good racing for you guys.
Top, bottom, middle, what's been the fast way, or are you going to let us know here? Are you going to reveal your trade secrets?
Pretty much just where they're not, the track's been pretty consistent actually, the bottom, top, it's all been pretty good. Usually I think Henry would agree we've got about 2 grooves every night we've been here, so the track's been really good for us.
Henry, what do you think?
Yeah, I think the track's been pretty good all year. They've done a great job making sure we have 2 lanes of racing, and that's really all you can ask for, whether it's hooked up and rough or dry slick. As long as you've got 2 grooves of racing, there's no excuses. You got to get to the front. So they've done a great job so far, and I wouldn't expect anything different.